Hello subscribers, this is yours truly JBlue68 coming to you with my next comic book haul video. This is actually part 2 from the previous comic book haul video I did this past Wednesday, which was April the 19th, and those were independent comic books, today being April 22nd, Saturday. These will be Marvel and DC comic books. Before I get into this comic book haul, I want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. For liking, sharing, and commenting, please continue to do so and tap the notification bell so you get more vids like this as I post them immediately. And we start off with DC Comics, Dawn of DC, Adventures of Superman, John Kent. And I have to say, I'm so excited to finally be collecting Superman comic books again. And DC has been doing a fine job on these DC Comics. It's good to be collecting them again. I haven't had Superman comic books in my collection in quite some time. I'll say probably over 3 years. Yeah. So yeah, this is Adventures of Superman, John Kent specifically, and it reads: a final showdown with Ultraman and an injustice to be reckoned with. Story. This is $3.99 comic, and this is issue number 2 of this exciting story. It's just beginning. And next up, we have another DC comic. And this is the Unstoppable Doom Patrol #1. Again, from the Dawn of DC line or storyline. And I've heard some good things about this book. No, I haven't read it yet. I'm not really into Doom Patrol. But again, I heard that this was a pretty good book in the DC line. So I went ahead and got it. I'm not sure if this is going to be a limited edition series or a continued series with DC. But we'll see if I'm going to continue purchasing it once I read it. And then the final the final book in the Batman One Bad Day story. I've been waiting to get this. I have 2 more stories to read. I still haven't read the Bane story yet. And then this one, of course, deals with Ra's al Ghul. This is written by Tom Taylor, Ivan Reis, and Dan Mickey, and Brad Anderson contributing. And this is the last story in this line. And to my understanding, they're going to be coming out, DC will be coming out with a, I think a compendium or a book set featuring all the Batman One Bad Day stories. I've seen it in their DC previews. It looks really good, but I'm not really sure if we want to get it. It's quite expensive. Or if I even need to get it, since I actually have all of the individual books. That is a really awesome cover too, by the way. Can't wait to read that. And then next up, we get into the Marvel comics, and we start off with Guardians of the Galaxy, issue number 1. And of course, we're on the horizon of Guardians of the Galaxy movie, Volume 3, which will be in theaters in the next 2 weeks. Can't wait for that. That's a really cool cover. To my understanding, Alex Ross did a timeless cover for this series, but the comic book store that I purchased this from, they didn't have any of the timeless covers from Alex Ross. I hope to be able to get them around Free Comic Book Day if they're still available. You know, Alex Ross's artwork is very coveted and goes very, very quickly in most comic book stores. Anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 1. Cool cover there. And by the way, I will be doing a Guardians of the Galaxy comic book haul, a major comic book haul of Guardians of the Galaxy right before the movie the movie comes out that Wednesday, which will probably be, I think, May the 3rd, if I'm correct, May the 3rd or 2nd. All right, let's move on here. And then we get into Ghost Rider, issue number 13. Another cool cover there. I've been loving the Ghost Rider covers. The stories have been pretty good, but I definitely am in love with the covers. Okay, and it looks almost like a take on Wolverine. You call it Wolverine Ghost Rider. That looks like when he was in his Weapon X outfit. All right. Next up, we have I Am Iron Man. And I'm not going to lie, I've not really had much interest in reading the Iron Man stories. I've just been liking the covers. Eventually, I will read them But yeah, this is Iron Man issue number 2 of this particular series. There are 2 Iron Man books out, if I am correct, and I might have the other one in this haul. Then we get into Captain America Cold War Alpha Part 1, and then there's an Omega that will be coming out soon. Of this series, it's a 2-part series, and it features, of course, Sam Wilson, Captain America, and the traditional Steve Rogers Captain America. Okay, cool cover there. And we get into the regular Captain America series, Sentinel of Liberty, and this, of course, is the continued stories of Steve Rogers himself. Okay, take a sip of coffee here. All right. Yummy. And then Clobbering Time, number 1 by Steve Scroce and Brian Valenza. Of course, there's a long history of the Thing and the Hulk going at it with each other. And the Thing comic books, what was it, the 2-in-1 or whatever it was called, that would have the Thing and the Hulk fighting each other all the time. Well, this time it looks like they're allies. I'm not digging the cover, though. I'm not going to lie. It looks kind of goofy. But I think the cover art in it, or the interior art is a little bit different. Let's take a quick look. And I've heard a lot about this story. And I think issue number 2 will be coming out pretty soon. If it's not out already. As I always say, I'm behind on my comic book story. Okay, I'm behind on my comic book reading. Okay, well, the artwork isn't that too impressive, but again, I think the story is pretty good. The story is pretty funny or humorous or something. I'm not really sure, but I'm glad to have it in my collection nonetheless. It was recommended to me, so I have it. All right, so let's move along here. Next up, we have by Chip Zdarsky, Daredevil, issue number 9. Nothing but rave reviews of this story, as well as The Punisher. I wish I could collect the Punisher stories, but hey, man, my money can only stretch so far. As you know, if you've been following my channel, I collect a lot of things. So, all right, Daredevil, issue number 9. Cool cover there. Next up, we get into Thor. It's issue number 32. And we have Thor on the cover with Dr. Doom. I'm not sure what to think about that cover. And then the stories, honestly, recently from Thor, since Donny Cates has been off, have been kind of weak. But nonetheless, I'm continuing to collect them, hoping that they will pick up momentum in the near future. All right. Then one of my favorite Marvel stories, Strange Academy. And then this is Strange Academy Finals, issue number 5. And I've said before, I believe, this is written by Scotty Young, with Ramos and Delgado contributing. I have a feeling eventually, somehow, some way, I guess once the MCU gets itself together, that this will be a TV series. I really see that happening. The books are very good. They're very well written. A lot of new characters introduced in these stories. And the plot and storyline, I think, are just very well written. And I'm not the only one that says it. So, all right. And I love the covers. Yeah, I knew I had another Iron Man book in here. Here's the regular line of The Invincible Iron Man by Jerry Duggan, Regreri, and Valenza. And Valenza is contributing to these stories, to all these books, it looks like. I think I've seen his name on every single book. 60 Years of Iron Man. And that is a really nice cover. That's a cool cover. All the Iron Man covers have been very good. It's the stories, again, that need to pick up momentum and excite fans again. But that cover is absolutely awesome. Loving that. And this is issue number 4 of The Invincible Iron Man. Next, we gotta get into Carnage, celebrating 30 years, yeah. Yep, 30 years. All these anniversaries, man. All right. And this like Carnage doing some serious damage to both Venom and Spider-Man there. All right. This is by Pacnadel, Antonio, and Arciniega. Contributing, I think we have another Carnage book. Issue number 12. I've been keeping up with Carnage, believe it or not. I'm not really the biggest Carnage fan, but I do love the books. I like how they've been written so far, the stories, and of course, the artwork. And there's Captain America there. Yeah, it looks like he's doing he's rummaging through the Avengers and through the other superheroes in these stories. Okay. And looks like he has some Iron Man tech there. Yeah. It looks like like the gauntlet of Iron Man or something like that. Biotech. All right, next we get into Moon Knight, and this is issue number 22. All right, not sure who this. Oh, that's Tigra. I think that's Tigra. Tigra missing her stripes. Yeah, that's Tigra, man. Wow. Yeah, Tigra. Yeah, it says it on the cover. Tigra, Midnight Man. So this is a different look for her. I'm used to her having the stripes on her, but I think the reason why they've given her this different look is because they don't want to have her mixed up with Cheetah. The character from DC, so they're trying to, I think, go for a different look with her. I believe so anyway. Next we get into our X-Men books. This is issue number 21. And this is the Brood, of course, on the cover here, but yes, I have not been keeping up with the X-Men stories. I've kind of, I won't say lost interest, but again, Marvel has so many X-Men books out. Oh my God. It is hard to keep up for any reader. Hell, even if you just purchase X-Men books alone, I think it would be hard to keep up with these books because they have the main story, they have the spin-off stories, they have the character stories, because there's a Rogue and Gambit stories that are out now. There's also Bishop has his own story. Was it called Bishop War College? Out. So yeah, it's just hard to keep up, man. And I do so much in my very busy life. Here's Immoral X-Men. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is from the Sins of Sinister story. There's Immortal X-Men, and then there's Immoral X-Men. This is the Immoral X-Men book. But that cover is awesome, man. That is a really nice cover. You can never, hardly ever go wrong with an X-Men cover. Beautiful. All right, and this is part 4 of something. Is that 7? No, I'm sorry, 7 or part 8? Is that part 7? Whatever. All right, X-Men. Sins of Sinister, Moral X-Men. And then here's Cosmic Ghost Rider. I think this is the last of this series I'm going to buy because I'm not really interested in it. Yeah, I read issue number 1. It was okay. It was pretty good. It was pretty good, I should say. But again, I collect so many comic books, man. I you know, and money can only stretch so far. So, you know, if I could buy every single book that I want to have, plus the fact of finding space to put them, because I'm running out of space, eventually I'm going to have to get a bigger place because of my collection. My collection, well, it's not me bragging. I'm not, because I don't like to do that. Because there are guys on YouTube who have collections that are far better than mine. Would make my collection look like a something from a flea market, probably. However, my collection is immense, and yes, if I may brag, it's incredible. But I'm running out of space, and again, within the next year or so, I will be looking for a bigger place because of my collection. All right. Enough of that. So, and next up, I think these are the last books in this haul. We have Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and we have The Amazing Spider-Man, and that's Spider-Man with some of his old allies, the Fantastic Four. And speaking of, Here is Fantastic Four, issue number 6. The restarting or reboot of the Fantastic Four comic books. That's a cool cover there. And that is Alex Ross artwork, by the way. I can tell by the colors, by the drawing, and everything, way it's drawn. I can always tell an Alex Ross cover. And speaking of the Fantastic Four, I don't know if you've heard, but there's been rumors that Adam Driver, the dude who played as Kylo Ren in Star Wars Episode 7, 8, 9, which I absolutely did not like, and I did not like his character as Kylo Ren, but to my understanding, they're supposed to be casting this dude as Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, and I am very much on the fence with that. I don't agree with that casting. I hope it's not true, because I don't care for him as an actor. I just really don't. And then the other rumor is that they're casting or have cast Miss Fantastic or Sue Storm, and I think two of the actresses I've heard was Amanda Seyfried and Mila Kunis. Two actresses I actually do like. I like very much. I think that they could pull it off. But the problem is this Adam Driver guy. To me, Adam Driver is a very bland and dry actor. He's very nerdy. So, as a nerd, and there's nothing wrong with being a nerd, but, you know, because Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, is a nerd. He's a scientist. He's a genius. So, maybe he could pull that off, but you also have to have chemistry with the actress that you're, that he'll be playing with. So, I don't see him really having chemistry with any female actress. Because to me, he didn't really have any chemistry with Daisy Ridley, who played in Star Wars as Rey. There was a real chemistry between them two. So you have to have an actor, to me, that can not only pull off the genius of Mr. Fantastic and the nerdy side of Mr. Fantastic, but also has to be able to pull off, being a love interest of his female counterpart. And I don't see him doing that. So, I'm kind of rambling on here. I'm very, very much concerned about them rebooting the Fantastic Four for a third time. And this, of course, be under the MCU that the reboot will occur under. And I believe they're trying to have this movie done or out by 2024, which makes sense because 2024, Fantastic Four. Need I say more? Oh, all that rhymed. I'm sure you all get it. So, drop your comments and thoughts about, I hope that you enjoy this comic book haul, but you can drop your comments if you agree or disagree with what I just said. We can duke it out in the comments. So that's it. That's all, y'all. I believe this is the last book in the haul. Yep, that's the last book. We're back to Superman. And speaking of Superman, too, James Gunn has revealed on Instagram that he started on the script for the Superman movie. That he said that he will be not only directing, but he'll be writing the script for the story. I can't wait to see how that'll turn out. I should have mentioned that at the beginning of the video, but that's okay. So, yep, he's begun the script on Superman. I'm looking forward to that and seeing what the end result of that will be, as well as the production of the film itself. Once that gets underway. So, I'm sorry. So, that's it. That's all, y'all. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and comment, and subscribe. Tap the notification bell so you get more videos like this as I post them immediately. And that's it. That's all, y'all. Thank you for joining me. Peace, love, and hair grease.